XRP has won the case and the price is going crazy. Here's the news on Cointelegraph. Breaking: Judge rules XRP is not a security in SEC's case against Ripple. And so this is the XRP price. The value of XRP almost doubled in just a few hours. And a lot of other cryptocurrencies are following. A lot of cryptos that had been mentioned by the SEC lawsuits. And a lot of crypto exchanges, for example Coinbase, said that they will restart trading Ripple again. The Coinbase price is doing nicely as well, plus 28%. And even in the longer term, right, when we look at Coinbase relative to the Nasdaq, it outperformed the rest of the tech stocks since beginning of the year by 119%. Coinbase even outperformed Bitcoin since beginning of the year. Now, is this changing everything? Are the altcoins now going to outperform Bitcoin finally, after they have done so poorly in the last weeks? Is Ripple now the better investment than Bitcoin, for example? Let's have a look at this rally in the grander scheme. Let's look at how it is recovering relative to how much it has lost when the SEC lawsuit started. This is Ripple relative to Ethereum. And you want to be looking at the altcoin relative to Ethereum because the correlation between altcoins and Ethereum is higher than the correlation between altcoins and Bitcoin. So the type of investor that accumulates Bitcoin is quite different to the type of investor that invests in altcoins and that shifts capital around across different altcoins. So it's better to do that comparison versus Ethereum. It's not as common, but I prefer to do this. Now what we see here in the vertical line is when we got the news for the Ripple lawsuit. Ripple dropped by 83% roughly. And what we see over here is the recent rally with the announcement that Ripple has at least partially won the case. Now still, when we look at this, right, in the grand scheme of things, we are still down relative to Ethereum. In US dollar terms, we are slightly up, but that's why we have to look at this relatively speaking. We have to look at opportunity cost. But still, had you invested into XRP just before the lawsuit and you held it all the way to today, you would be doing worse than just by buying Ethereum. 66% worse, to be more exact. Now, where does this underperformance come from? And could this potentially change, right? If more people learn about those news, are more people going to buy XRP? And will it in the end outperform Ethereum even before the lawsuit? Or to phrase it differently, should we now buy XRP? The capital that got destroyed with the lawsuit might even be equal to the capital that now went into XRP with this rally. But the price hasn't completely recovered. The reason is an increase in circulating supply. Here, have a look at this. This is Messari.io showing the circulating supply of Ripple. And since January of 2021, this went from 35 billion to now 52 billion. So the number of XRP in circulation increased by roughly 50%. And when there's more XRP to be around, then even if you buy up the same amount of token that you sold over here, the price will not totally recover. And any altcoin that wants to outperform Bitcoin has to grow faster than that inflation. Don't get me wrong, this is very good for crypto and this is very good for altcoins, especially the altcoins that were sued by the SEC or indirectly mentioned in the lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase. That being said, holding an altcoin over many years is very risky because there is more and more competition coming, and because of the token inflation. It does make sense to sometimes bet on individual altcoins rallying. And it looks like now is the time where more of those rallies could happen because there's less uncertainty now. But still, I think it's wise to be careful with diversifying across too many alts. In the altcoin market, it's the same as with the stock market. The winners take most. Most profit is concentrated in just a few individual companies and projects. One gets the impression during days like this that when things are positive, everything goes up. And to a degree, that is true. But over the long term, over the many years, it's still very hard to beat Ethereum and Bitcoin. I don't want to be a party pooper. Of course, in the end, this is great news, but don't expect Ripple to hit $4 again. The circulating supply simply just went up so much that it now takes much more capital to reach those prices again. Instead, it might make sense to think about who could benefit next from the SEC potentially losing ground here. Because that's in the end the game. You want to be forward looking. You want to buy something before others are buying it. Let's discuss potential opportunities in Telegram. Simply search for Bitcoin Strategy channel within the Telegram app or click the link down below. Looking forward to chatting with you. Bye bye.